Dear listener, ClockTower is intended for mature audiences and might be inappropriate or possibly triggering to some. Many of the themes and events in ClockTower are inspired by weird fiction as well as similar concepts, which means the show can get dark. If that isn't something you enjoy, please listen at your own discretion. We here at the ClockTower care about you, so please put your mental health first. Our show will be here when you're ready.
Welcome to Season 2 of ClockTower, a D&D 5e experience. To all our old and new listeners, we're excited to have you here with us. ClockTower is a D&D campaign turned audio drama, played with a custom class and a few house rules that we as a group collectively enjoy. If you find yourself getting a little lost, there's always older episodes to guide you back to the path. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and welcome to the ClockTower.
Smog-like black robes that seem to turn into a fabric as they get closer to the center of it, and looking out at you with a hood that shadows past your view most of their face, and the bottom part of their face is that of a bare and decaying skull, as you hear a low whisper of a voice cut through you.
Pass.
I was just meaning to get one of those.
As the figure reaches out its hand, it had its hand out to you, palm up, and now it is reaching for you, palm down.
I see. Can I show this horrid specter my slate? Hold it up to them like a badge.
I will say yes, and you will make a straight roll. And if the roll does not succeed, he touches you.
15. I need to go to the Athenaeum?
You... It's reaching out for you, its hand almost touching your shoulder. You can feel your hair touching against the thin, bony fingers that look like skin stretched over bone. And then you hold up the slate, and it tilts its head slightly, looking at the slate, as you're like, I need to go to the Athenaeum. And it goes, and puts its hand on your shoulder. To which you are sucked into darkness. Berret and Yeager, you guys are running through the dark, sickening blue light torch-lit halls as the thin demigod in front of you is running up to where the halls turn a corner and stops against the wall where they wouldn't be able to be seen around a wide angle, and is crouched down with one hand sort of touching the sand that is the bottom of this floor, and then holding a hand up to you guys to gesture for you guys to stop.
I follow suit.
Yeah, same.
Okay. They quickly peek their head out around the corner, and you see a sandaled foot catch them right in the chin and knock their head back slightly as they kind of roll and hit the other side of the wall and are dazed as hell.
Could I make a quick roll?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
I just wanted to, when they get kicked, I would like to try to grab the back of their toga and pull them around behind us, so that way they can kind of spin not into the wall, but without hitting the wall, essentially.
Okay, I will do you a different thing right now, which is everybody roll initiative.
Bum, 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 bum.
The initiative order is Yeager, then Berret, then Elith, then Cleon. So, Yeager, for your turn, you want to try and move Cleon out of the way in front of you, behind you and Berret?
Yeah, I'd like to reach forward, grab the back of his toga, spin him around us while using the momentum of him getting kicked to pull him back there, and then if I could, I'd like to scoop down and scoop some sand into my hand.
Yeah, you have sand in one of your hands as a bonus action. Berret, it's your turn.
The walls here, what are they made of? Are they stone? Are they wood?
The walls are stone. The ground is stone covered in sand. Actually, I think the ground is just sand.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a sort of straight-walled stone hallways with a curved roof.
Okay. I'm going to say to stay down, and I'm going to, like, try and do, like, a little wall climb and do, like, take the point of my axe and, like, hook it into the stone and try and, like, hang on the wall and wait for opportunity.
Roll a athletics check.
Athletics. Okay. 4.
You go to like climb up and slam your clock tower axe into the wall. Is like it doesn't chip your axe and doesn't chip the wall. Kind of just like this. And you're not sure if the walls are enchanted or what, but it didn't work. And you kind of like feel the reverberation in your wrist, and you're like. Then, as you hit the wall, sliding around the corner, Aelith is going to attack. First attack. Does 25 hit your AC, Berret?
Yeah.
Okay. 18 damage.
Uncanny dodge, right? 9? I'll take 9 damage.
Okay. Second attack. 26 damage. How you doing?
I'm at 13 health.
She's going to make a perception check really fast. She got a 5 on her perception. She just flies around the corner like boom, boom. Bear's just like. All right. Well, next attack to Berret. 18 to your AC.
Yep.
Wait. 18 minus 6, 12.
My AC is 13.
She basically slides around the corner, punches Berret like right in the lower half of his like belly, and then punches him up into the solar plexus, and then was going for another one like under his chin, just straight up.
Here you go. Berret drop.
Yeah.
He goes,
Yeah. Berret just drops, and her punch misses by a few inches, just like past the side of his face. It's now Cleon's turn. Cleon is gonna roll a Constitution save. Cleon did it. Cleon shakes their head and looks up at Aelith and sees Berret just like, Berret, how are you reacting to those 2 punches?
I mean, how else can I other than... I mean, you hit me in the solar plexus. I mean, I can only do one thing, and that's like cry internally and exhale. If I could maybe cry externally, sure, I'll try, but I don't think I got the wind for it.
Cleon stands up, which is half of their movement. They have plenty of movement to get to Aelith. They're going to try and attack. Oh, they actually hit. They did 4 damage. To more accurately describe what happens, right? Aelith slides in, and fucking in split second, like, Yeager had started saying, Berret, drop, before she had thrown the first punch. And then the punches come in like lightning, and it's only the third one that barely misses. Berret's like, falling to the ground as Cleon like takes half a second to shake their head and like come to their senses. They spring up off the ground, past Yeager, past Berret. They throw like 2 or 3 punches that Aelith just like 1-inch spot dodges like they don't matter, and then lands like one solid punch on the like glancing against Aelith's chin, as Aelith like was a little not deep enough in dodging that one punch, and it did 4 damage as she like her head kicks to the side for a second. She like turns it back almost like she no-sold a punch, and then looks at the 3 of you, and Cleon goes, run. It's Yeager's turn.
All right. Which direction does it look like Cleon's telling us to run to?
Well, considering it's a hallway with like, you guys came from a T section, the other way.
Yeah. Yeager just goes, stand, and throws it, and then runs.
Roll and don't miss. Because if you miss, I'm going to make you roll again.
So plus dex. 20.
You do actually pocket sand Aelith in the face. To which Aelith now has the blind condition. That was your action. Are you going to use your movement to run?
Go, go, go! He just starts running.
Berret, what are you doing?
I'm going to like unhunch and like take a deep breath and notice I have an opportunity to run. I will take that opportunity.
Okay, you can use your action and your movement to like full sprint.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Berret hauls ass. Cleon also takes his time to haul ass Aelith is going to try and get the sand out of her eyes. She is not succeeding. You hear her cursing as you guys are running away. She goes, "What the fuck? God, that was clever! By the gods!" Trinket, Chloe and you head back to the pottery studio, and it is unlocked and the door is open, but there's nobody there. And there's like a little note by the things on a piece of slate that seems like it's been, like it's kind of worn, and the slate seems really, like there's a bunch of scratches where the lettering is, and you think that this slate has been reused for this purpose over and over again. And it just says, if you use anything, clean up and put it away when you're done. And Chloe, like, goes to a cabinet and starts basically getting everything you guys need to start throwing clay on one of the wheels.
Okie dokie. Did we, like, last session, I seem to recall, I don't know if it's because we were just joking about it, or if we actually did sort of play with, she tried to make shapes, didn't she? She, like, tried to make a bowling pin.
She was drawing them in one of the things, and, like, she did not seem to understand what a bowling pin looked like.
I'm gonna try to make a bowling pin.
Okay. Roll with advantage because you already had one pottery class.
One pottery class advantage. It's not great. Do I get any?
Your bowling pin flops over for a second. Well, how not great is it?
It's 7.
Your bowling pin flops over for a second, but it's spinning on the wheel, so it starts going like and
helicopter.
Then, like, the head of the bowling pin starts to the clay like stretches as it's going around too fast, and then Chloe's like, "I'll grab it," and it like smacks her hands twice, and she's like, "Oh," and it just like deforms, and then you like stop the wheel, and it like slows down, and you're like,
All right. Chris will try again. I'm gonna draw a little diagram of what they look like.
Okay. Chloe looks at it and goes, "Oh, they're round."
So they're kind of like ready to fall over.
Oh, I was thinking like those things that are in clay or in caves where like the drip, 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 and then they like make a spike.
Nope.
Oh.
It's like a round thing so that it's easy to knock over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Chloe starts trying to make one as well. Hers, natural 20.
Damn!
It's like perfect. And she's like, "I don't think I got it right."
No, that's exactly it.
They're like this round at the top?
Yes.
Oh, how many more do we need? I feel like Trinket can recall this information about as easily as Kball can recall this information, so...
11 more?
Is Trinket like counting on her fingers at all?
Like just like trying to remember. I just know it was an odd number. Because I don't remember either. I'm gonna say, yeah, like 11 more. I think we need 12 of them, maybe.
You make the 12 and Chloe goes, "Great, tomorrow we can fire them and then they'll be more solid." Although, like, if actual pottery, depending on how big they are, they're going to explode. Because there's just
no hole in them.
No hole.
I gotta make a hole in them.
Well, I guess you guys set to hollowing out 12 bowling pins. I don't know how far you get in that process, but not all of them before you're like done with this. And yet, like, halfway through hollowing out your second bowling pin, you're kind of like, "I'm a ClockTower agent." Like, you're like having a good time, and Chloe's been like very happily like kind of like kicking her head to the side, just like do like scooping out the bottom of one of the pins. And you're like, you haven't heard from your friends in hours. You do not know what happened to them.
Well, I know they're not dead, probably.
Probably, yeah. I mean, this is the most likely that they could be dead of any other world, but it's like, you're kind of like, huh, I wonder what they're doing. Also, like, nothing has exploded for a while.
Yeah, that's a little concerning, actually. When we're good and exhausted with trying to make bowling pins, then, yeah. If I still haven't heard anything by then, maybe I'll go look.
Okay. And you and Chloe just continue having a great time. Sam, reality comes back into focus. There's a blue torch above you shining light down, and you are in a pit that is 12 feet down.
seems.
And you see looking down at you is that tall, wraith-like figure that goes, 5 hours. And then they, like, smoke away.
I want to go to the Athenaeum. Oh. Well, I guess I might as well do some testing.
You see a penis is carved on the wall. And there's like a lot of other things, but when you like turn your head down, you're like looking at a rough carved image on the wall of a dick.
And Sam like puts their forearm next to me like, that's grossly out of proportion.
You see other things that's like Zeus rules.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
I'm gonna cast silent image above me and see if the light shines through it.
I don't want to have to answer this question because I don't know the answer to whether or not illusions cast light. I don't think they do. I don't think illusions cast shadows.
In that case, can I hear anything? Can I hear like the ominous chanting, breathing sounds of other hall monitors?
You listen and you hear a low grumbling sound of something very large. It does not sound human.
I'm gonna cast levitate on myself and just slowly float up, just so my hat and my hair is peeking over.
You hear a little like, and then you like your hat and your hair and your like eye level peeks over the edge, and you see a massive dog that is black with like gray patterns all over it and 3 heads, and one of the heads looks at you, and then the other 2 heads wake up and look at you.
And Sam just like dips back down. Just like, whoop.
You like, you look, it growls a little bit, and you go,
Yeah. In the surrounding area, was it just like, is there any bars around me? Or
there were other pits around you in what looked like you know, mausoleum rooms that are like long hallways that have
cutouts,
stone coffins in rows and a sort of arched hallway rooftop and like stairs up.
Okay.
The dog was in front of the stairs up, and there were torches all around the room that were emitting that blue light, and you are in one of the several pits in the ground where there are pits instead of coffins.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait like a probably solid 5-10 minutes, and then I'm going to float up and then just like quickly just like roll over and float back down the next pit.
You're gonna try and get out of the pit completely.
Oh, I'm just gonna like quickly pool hop.
Roll initiative.
Can I make a stealth check first? Or does this thing have a kind of ungodly or a godly sense about things in its area?
Yeah, it's a really big dog, and it smells you getting closer. And it's got 3 heads for perception checks. So I guess you could make a stealth check, but it's making 3 perception checks at you with advantage. And if it spot you, you are lunch.
Damn.
I mean, it's up to you. You totally can. I just want you as a player to be informed of the obvious danger that Sam is aware of from the, you know, you can get into a room and read the situation immediately.
Right.
And go, that'd be really dangerous. That's how Sam
One of
is
those
like,
things.
Huh.
Maybe it isn't worth.
Like, if you rolled initiative and you got higher than the dog, and then you succeeded on a stealth check, and the dog did not spot you at all, and then you were able to, with all of your movement, get out of your hole and into the next hole. Like, I mean, you can levitate. How fast do you move with levitate?
I can go up and down, I think 20 feet around.
So you can go 20 feet in 6 seconds, which is fast.
Which is fast.
But are you faster than the dog?
Right. No, I think I'll just vibe in the pit. I think
I think I'll just vibe in the pit.
actually, yeah, Sam's gonna float back down. Yeah, and I'm gonna take the time to just fill the whole spiral of the pit, if I have 5 hours, with just fairy fire runes. Because I think it doesn't start that way, but eventually Sam's like, oh yeah, I'll leave a little mark for myself. And a little bit here. Oh, and that spot's empty. Oh, and that spot's empty. And he's slowly using his wand, or their wand, just like spiraling up and down.
Do you do anything else in your carvings while you are doing this throughout the hours?
I think it goes from like to like kind of different arcane runes.
Do you do anything? Do you check your slate at all while you're down here?
Yeah.
Okay. You check the slate, and the slate says in ancient Greek writing that the clock tower translates for you. I don't know if this was the move. I feel like 3 moves back, you could have made a different move.
I agree. Hopefully on next go around, I will be able to make a different move 3 goes around, because that's kind of how it goes. We kind of get to simulate chess matches forever.
When do you start a new simulation? Symbol that you think is question mark?
Well, unfortunately, due to the certain enchantments in this room, I'm unable to. Hopefully my companions will notice my absence and then rectify that. I don't know.
You think you got left on red?
That makes sense. I'll also just like write in kind of like my last question of like kind of doing a little bit of a double text, being like
You ever double text Athena?
Any special spell symbols you want me to, or that would be helpful to know the arcane rats for?
I could turn you into a spider.
Could you turn me into the magical formula for spider transformation?
You think you get left on red again because she doesn't respond for like 30 minutes.
It's like, damn. It seems as that thing too where they're kind of like an anxious texter. They didn't realize this at the moment. They're like, they'll set it down and be like, did my slate vibrate? And they'll check it again in like 5 seconds.
I just now see Sam sitting in the bottom of a blue pit, just like checking the slate and then putting it down and then sliding it a little further away from themselves and then like clicking their toes together and then be like, like checking it again.
But what if? That's all Sam does. I mean, besides magical graffiti.
Okay. Berret and Yeager, you guys are running.
So, is it just me or is she kind of fucking badass?
Yeah, I think she qualifies.
Okay, I just want to make sure I wasn't like just kind of.
Cleon is now taking corners without looking. They're just hauling ass. And they call over and they say, the only upside is that we know that she is behind us.
Who's in the back?
You. No, Yeager
No,
is.
me.
Yeager is
Yeah.
because Yeager had the least movement.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, I can take those hits anyway, so it's fine.
Are you going to look over your shoulder at all to see if she is behind you?
I'll check once.
After the first turn, you're not sure. You could wait.
Don't stop. Just keep going.
Okay. How long do you guys run for? Because Cleon is not the one in the bag.
What's the objective here?
Survive until sundown.
It's a maze. Could we not just find the end?
Well, yeah, but no one's ever done that.
Well, she probably has, right?
No. She just fought the Minotaur.
Oh. That's what I would have done anyway. That's fair.
She found a sword and or a shield and a spear, and she kicked its ass for a bit.
Honestly, I would do the same thing. That's fair. Keeps running.
Cleon trips on something and goes like head over heels and smacks their face into the stone wall.
I'll try to
Roll
help cushion their fall.
a dexterity check because it doesn't cause damage to you if you fail. So it is a check, not a save.
7.
You try to catch Cleon, but they were a little bit ahead of you, and then they tripped, and you see them just like eat the fucking wall, and then they're on the ground and they're not moving.
Pick them up. We gotta go.
Okay.
They are out. They might be dead.
Picking
You don't
them up.
know.
Picking them up.
Okay.
We gotta. There's probably weapons in here somewhere. There's got to be. If she found a sword and a spear, that means we can find a bow or a fucking staff that we can use to make a bow or something else we can use to make a shooting weapon. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeager says as his fucking rifle goes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot with my rifle. It actually deals damage to her.
Yeah.
I would actually kill her with this instead of it being like, oh, this is a haha funny like training scenario.
We came here to talk to
Kill
this
her with
person.
anything that you hit her with down here.
That's true, but my point is, my gun is my bow is actually like legitimately like
God.
I could kill a god with a bow. Like,
We need to light.
yeah.
You guys come to a point in the maze running. Who is carrying Cleon? You are carrying somebody else, so you can only move half as far.
I have advantage to moving stuff.
Oh, you do have advantage to moving stuff. I will say you are still slowed down, but not half your movement.
Okay.
I will take movement's probably your full movement probably 60, so I will take 15. So you are slower, but you're not that much slower.
I'm gonna stay behind Barrett
Okay.
because
You're pacing Barrett.
Yeah, he can't take the hits. So if she catches, I'll be taking the hits for him.
You guys come up to a part of the maze that has 3 doors in front of you. And above the, top of the door, it says, "To who does Athens kneel?" And there is a picture of a king of some kind. At least you think it's a king. He's got a sword or a spear and a shield. There is a woman with a shield and a spear and an owl on her shoulder. And there is a picture of a man stealing from another man.
I feel like that one makes the most sense.
Which one? The owl?
The lady with the owl, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Athens, Athena.
That's the thing, yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Opens Athena door.
We're sprinting down the Athena hall.
You guys sprint down the hallway and nothing seems to change or happen. So
We didn't die.
You didn't die.
No spike pit.
no spike pit, pretty good. And then you guys hear somewhere a that echoes just through the halls of this maze. And you hear a really, really loud roar.
Did the actual Minotaurs get released in here just now?
Well, yeah, I'm assuming so. It's just supposed to be like the test.
Upside, we have our weapons.
That's true. Can we kill this thing preemptively?
We can probably kill it early. Fuck this thing. You know I hate Minotaurs, right? I told you about this story.
And I'll look and give him a little pat on the cheek, hey buddy, wake up.
Cleon goes, what?
We made it past the first 3 doors and we heard.
Did I lose a tooth?
It looks good on you. We have a Minotaur maybe just got
It hurts
released.
so bad. I've never felt pain like this in my entire life.
Hey, stop. Don't do it. Stop. I get it. It hurts. Stop. I understand.
They start breathing really hard and they flail off of Barrett's shoulder. They hold their mouth
cry.
and they slam up against the wall a little bit, holding their mouth as they their hands kind of flail towards their face,
Don't cry. Stop. It's fine. You'll be okay. However, we think the Minotaur just got released in here. So.
What?
We heard a thunk and then we heard a roar. We're not sure what it is.
That's not good.
It sounds bad.
Have you made it this far?
The Minotaur is not supposed to be involved in this test.
Oh, well.
We're just assuming it was the Minotaur. We should probably keep moving.
We just keep going.
What do you mean? What?
We went through the Athena door? Does that ring a bell?
Ow!
We found the first door.
It hurts so bad.
Their bell's too rung right now. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Come on, let's go. What's your name?
It's Cleon,
Hey, Cleon. Yeager, Berret.
child of Eris.
Same.
Yeager, Berret, let's go.
Cleon. They're gonna be spinning what? As they the medallion does not line up with what you just said, and they just go, But then they try to keep up with you guys, and it's not going well because they're spitting blood on the floor. And they're just holding their mouth, and part of their face is pretty swollen now.
Were they just dribbling blood on my shoulder before, or was?
It was more on the small of your back with how you were carrying them. But
now there's a trail. Yippee!
Yeah.
We have a trail. Yeah.
At least it's behind a door.
You guys are just gonna keep running and keep making your way through, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
This maze must be huge. You don't know how it goes on for so long, but you guys are tired from running. You have been running for hours, and you have no idea if you've even made progress. And you've come up to a few of those puzzles, but with your clock tower knowledge, you've managed to be like, yeah, okay, this one. And Cleon has helped through a lot of them, as if Cleon has been preparing for this for a long time. Although getting an answer out of them is pretty difficult because they're in a lot of pain. And they've also never experienced pain. So if pain is relative to everybody, this is literally the worst thing that has ever happened to them. As you guys are desperately making your way through the maze trying to survive, you have no idea how long it's been. It feels like forever, which is a long time to Berret. You're kind of just like, you're both fucking exhausted. And then you hear the sound of like metal on metal, and you see Aelith knocked across, like in front of you, through a hallway, just like wham into the wall, and the stone cracks. And you see she's holding like a tower shield on one arm, and it has been bent forward through her arm bone, which is also bent the same way. And she's not moving, and you hear thump.
Shit.
Thump. Thump.
Berret. Yeager reaches back and pulls the bow off his back.
Yeah, shrugs off the...
All right.
Yeah.
And you guys see a creature as big and as tall as these hallways. Like, it's actually ducking a little bit as it comes through. And Yeager, it's not a normal minotaur. It's made out of metal, as if like black brass pieces are the outside parts of the muscles that should make up the minotaur. And inside of it seems like there's just a raging fire, and its huge like metal fists are just like pressing against the stone walls as it turns the corner, as you realize this is some sort of minotaur construct.
Fuck.
Trinket, you and Chloe have finished making all of the bowling pins, and they're ready for it to be fired when Chloe looks at the sun slowly setting over the horizon and is kind of like, this is the best day I've ever had.
What?
I mean, it's an okay day. That was weird. It's just, so a lot of the time, I don't get to do things with other people a lot of the time because they get mad at me a lot. And
Listen to me. Everybody here and everyone you've ever known sucks. They suck. You are an angel, okay? Precious. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. We're gonna get you out of here. Don't tell anyone. We're gonna get you out of here.
Aggressive finger pointing.
I'm aggressively finger pointing.
Chloe's eyes are just like unable to not be crying right now, as she's just like, okay.
I have to go figure out where my friends are because nothing has exploded in a while, which leaves me concerned. So,
well, they were in combat class, so if it's...
that's bad. Let's go.
Okay. And you go over to the Colosseum as the sun is starting to set, and you see that the Colosseum has a crowd around it, and at like a bunch of places in the stadium seating of the Colosseum, there are these like water pools, and people are looking into the water pools at like every one of the water pools around this Colosseum right now, and then all of them gasp, just like, and the murmuring is really bad. And then like Chloe, without really thinking about it or asking you, grabs you and like flies up so you guys can see the water pool from above everybody else because you can't get to one. And you see like the body of that instructor you saw one of the first times you were doing this hit the wall, just like fucked up. You see what they call the Minotaur come into some sort of view, and then you see Yeager, Berret, and some person with a really swollen, bruised up face backing the fuck up as Yeager and Berret pull out weapons and just like...
Where's Sam?
Hey, it's me, Ellie again. I want to say thank you again to all the agents who are out there doing the mission the ClockTower gave you in the last episode. I've also decided, against my better judgment, to hold a little contest. If you've got a friend to listen to the show, someone new, take the ClockTower test on our website. Then post the results and tag each other and include hashtag ClockTower Contest in our Discord channel, Contest Submissions. Then, at the end of June, we'll randomly select a winner, and I will draw you and your friends, ClockTower Agents, together. To clarify, I'll be drawing the characters, the ClockTower Agents themselves, not you and your friend, you and your friend's character. You can submit entries as many times as there are unique pairings of friends, as long as one of them is new to the show. So, if you've got 5 friends new to listen to the show, you can submit an entry with each of those 5 friends. But there will only be one pair selected as the winner. Now, on to credits. If you would like to work with us, contact us through our website, ClockTowerAgent.com. To learn more about the art behind ClockTower, head over to youtube.com/@ClockTower Art and Animation. Berret was played by Bink, Sam was played by Cal, Trinket was played by Kball, Yeager was played by Trent, and I, Ellinthris, was your DM. The voice of our disclaimer is Valik Donahew. You can check out all of his work at patreon.com/themadlanddreamer. All music from Season 1 of ClockTower, and some additional songs made for Season 2, made by Who's Music. If you would like your own D&D music commissioned, you can contact them and find all of their work through their website, whosisthis.com. Thanks, Who's. Additional music and effects provided by Andrew Smith and Cal. Thank you to our editing team and Cal for making the episodes what they are. Thank you to our sponsor, Alpha Lupine Images, for donating the equipment to help us make more content with better quality. The ClockTower test on our website was programmed by Mike LeMay. Thank you to everyone who supports us on Patreon. Your continued support helps the ClockTower keep turning. And thank you again for listening. ClockTower Season 2, Episode 57 will be out for all of our early episode patrons on June 6th and will release publicly on June 13th. Till then, time's ticking. See you in the ClockTower.